I feel very honored that we had this short ceremony of blessing the souls and asking God to give you a blessing on this very important milestone in your lives, whether it's high school graduation or it's college graduation, whether it's embracing a career in your life or applying to more schooling and getting higher degrees. And it couldn't have been a better day than the feast that the church is celebrating today. In the life of the Armenian Apostolic Church, we celebrate the feast of Echmiadzin, the foundation of the Armenian Apostolic Church. And you know the story, you know the history, you know how it happened. The feast of Echmiadzin is preluded with two important celebrations in the life of our church. One which we celebrated on past Tuesday, which was the feast of Saint Hripsime and Gaiane and their 40 companions. These are the ones who were persecuted from Rome, and they are the ones who arrived to Armenia trying to find refuge in Armenia. However, things were really worse, and they were martyred because of their faith. And our king, using modern terms, I guess I can say, experiencing severe PTSD, he felt very sick, and they told him the only person who could heal you is Saint Gregory the Illuminator. And subsequently, yesterday was the feast of Saint Gregory is coming out of Khor Virab, the dark pit, where he has been there for 13 years. And today the church celebrates the vision of Saint Gregory, which is the building or the founding of the Armenian Church, Holy Echmiadzin. And hence today we celebrate the birth of our church. Very important day. For you to be here today is very meaningful, because each one of you, in your own ways, you have been part of our community and you have been part of this church. This is a time where, as you embrace whatever is next in your lives, that next chapter, we want God to be with you. And we want whatever you have learned, whatever you have taken upon yourselves as part of your identity from the Armenian Church, to be very much present with you. You will go into the world, you will go into colleges, grad schools, or even the work environment, where maybe if you show the picture of a priest giving you a blessing in the church, they will tell you, "Oh, are you religious? Do you believe in God?" And they will ask you all these kinds of questions that it may even sound weird that we are doing this. Because people think of religion as a set of rules. You have to live by these rules, otherwise you will go to hell. Well, that's not religion. That is a very primitive and wrong understanding of religion. Our faith, the faith that God has revealed to us in the person of Jesus Christ, is a relationship. It's a love relationship. Not because God is merciful and God pities us, but this love relationship takes place because God reveals himself to us. We get to know God, and God knows us. And that is the deepest level of intimacy, my brothers and sisters. To know someone and to let yourself be known by someone. Our faith is this type of relationship. And it is this relationship that gives meaning to our existence. In the year 301, when St. Gregory came out of the pit, what our forefathers experienced was a sense of awakening. And I would like you to think about this sense of awakening from the following perspective. There has been a dimension to your existence that you never knew before, and suddenly you come to discover that dimension. That's the sense of awakening that our forefathers had. No, it was not a bunch of priests who were preaching, indoctrinating the people. It was St. Gregory, and maybe a few priests here and there. But it was the people who felt this sense of awakening. And today, that sense is very much needed in the life of our people, whether it's in Armenia, in different diasporan communities, and especially here in our community. We want to be awake to know that there is that spiritual dimension to our lives, which when we incorporate, when we embrace, something different happens. My brothers and sisters, there are two kinds of people. This is a very narrowed down perspective. There are two kinds of people. There is the first one who says, "Thy will be done," to God. Remember, that comes from the Lord's Prayer. And there's the other guy who says, "My will be done." If you follow the example of the first one who says, "Thy will be done," then you surrender your life and God will show you the way. When you say, "My will be done," then God is so good. God will let you. And you are responsible. And this is the problem of our community. A society that has said, "My will be done. God, I don't need you." I hope that you will be that exception. Because if you are that exception, I'm going to tell you something very interesting. Your life will not be easy. Your life is not going to be fun. But easy and fun, they do not produce growth. When we go through tough times, when we know that we are doing something for someone that is greater than ourselves, then there's growth, there's purpose, and there is meaning. I was watching a movie last week, and there was a very profound saying in the movie that I had expected nothing profound to happen. The guy said, "God pays for what God orders for." And it touched me very deep. Yes, God pays for what God orders for. So whatever God has planned for you, embrace it and say, "Thank you, God. I know you will pay." I'm really proud of you. Go ahead. Embrace whatever next chapter is being opened in your lives. But always remember who you are. And remember that this is home. We need you. We need your expertise. We need your talent. And whenever you come and tell me and our board that we have new ideas, we want to do things differently, I promise you one thing. I will listen to you. Because I appreciate everything that you do and you will be doing for our church.